Youth Council. Today's date is October 13th, 2023. This meeting will now come to order. Everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 3, attendance. Vice Chair Garcia, please take today's attendance.
Okay, so member Ms. Zerkowitz has asked to be excused, and I will mark her as so. Anchetta,
Here.
Arevalo,
Here.
Bella,
Here.
Dupeyron,
Here.
Weichthaler, G. Garcia,
Here.
Libid,
Here.
Little,
Here.
Muncy,
Here.
Negron,
Here.
Roman,
Here.
and Widdish.
Here.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Item 4, changes to the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? And this can be both adding or subtracting items or rearranging the order. Seeing none, we will now go to item 5. Item 5, review of meeting notes. After reviewing last meeting's notes written by Vice Chair, does anyone have any comments, questions, or concerns? Seeing none, we will now go to item 6, recognitions of achievements. There are none to report at this time. Item 7, advisor presentation. I will now turn the floor over to Ms. Cosden for any council updates.
I have no update at this time.
Great. Okay, is there any discussion about no updates? All right, let's go to item 8, citizens input. This consists of input of citizens on matters concerning city government, 3 minutes per individual. The council will listen to all speakers and respond after all speakers have made the presentations. I will now read the Pledge of Civility. We will be respectful of each other even when we disagree. We will direct all comments to the issues. We will avoid personal attacks. Citizens' input is now open. Any members of the public wishing to speak, please use the podium to the right facing the dais and state your name for the record. Is there anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none, citizens' input is now closed. Now let's go to item 9, quarterly report. Next week on Wednesday, October 18th, we will be presenting our first quarterly report of this term. While the meeting starts at 4:30 p.m., we will be meeting in chambers just a few minutes before so we can make sure everyone knows what slides they will be presenting. Now I want to say thank you to both Member Widdish and Member Negron for creating this quarterly report and putting the presentation together, which was also provided in the backup material, so please make sure you look at that before we actually present it. I would like to quickly turn the floor over to Member Widdish and Member Negron to hear any comments or discussion.
I just wanted to say I had sent out an email to the Youth Council asking for comments, questions, or concerns. We only received one from Member Dupeyron. Those concerns that she had have been fixed, and the one that was provided in the backup material today is the final proposed copy. And that's really all I have. Member Negron and I worked really hard on this, and we hope that you guys approve of it. Thank you.
Member Negron, do you have anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions or any discussion? Seeing none, I just want to say thank you. It is kind of different. We usually do it in a presentation slideshow form, but I think changing it up is going to be a little bit different for the council. So I hope next week will go really well. Can I have a show of hands of who is planning of going to the quarterly report next week? I'm going as well. All right. I might do a text to see just who's able to go closer to the date, but Ms. Griglin?
Thank you, Chair. So just to confirm so that I have it on record, the presentation as is good to go and I can send it off to the city clerk?
I can do you want me to do a vote or just?
Just for purposes, let's make sure everybody's on the same page.
Can I have a show of hands of approving the presentation, the quarterly report as is? Can I have a show of hands of who is against this? Seeing them? There we go. We will be using the quarterly report as shown. Any more discussion? Do you guys want to wear our youth council shirts on Wednesday, or do we want to just go business casual? Raise your hands if you want to go business casual for our first quarterly report. All right. All right, let's go business casual instead of our shirts. I agree. Okay, seeing no more discussion, let's go to business item 10A, FLC Youth Council video competition discussion. At our last meeting, we discussed our participation in this year's FLC Youth Council video competition and came up with a few ideas regarding the video prompt, what makes your city, town, or village great? Furthermore, we appointed members Anchetta and Bella, along with our communications directors, to be the main leaders for creating the video and tasked them with creating the storyboard and overall video plan. This competition will end November 10th, so it is important that we begin recording and editing soon. In the backup material, the four kindly provided us with a comprehensive document of all their ideas and the tasks that they're going to explain to us today. So I would like to turn the floor over to members Anchetta and Bella to go over the document and take our discussion from here.
Okay, so as you can see, we have a lot of bullet points based on each question that the competition asks. And a lot of it is from our last meeting when we talked about the competition. So we've been getting a lot of ideas and a lot of, I guess, not storyboards, but like visuals of what we're going to do. And we've already started filming. So as you can see the camera in the council chambers that's pointing at us, that's filming for the FLC competition. And I also brought a camera to the Adopt a Road, and we got interviews then. So a lot of it is like underway and it's in progress and we're doing good.
And then also kind of another thing we wanted to do, if everyone was available, is after this meeting to get kind of some interviews in, just like one-on-one, or kind of have like a group of talking directly to the camera, similarly to what we did at Adopt a Road. So kind of answering the questions, or I kind of had this part at the bottom, like, so we'll have like a senior member talk about or we already did that, so like the rock garden, and then junior members with the clothing drive, or kind of like our strategic plan, just different like parts of, and then we'll also talk about like different parts of the city that we like, just different questions like that. And I think that'll add a lot to the video.
But if anyone has like any comments or ideas, suggestion, we're very open. We would love to hear them. So, discussion.
So I was thinking, because I love all, like, the breakdown that you guys did for senior members, talking about the rock garden and everything like that, but I think it's important for us to assign a person to do it, so we can get those video submissions in soon. So I was thinking for me to go down the line, senior member who wants to talk about rock garden, raise your hand, we'll appoint them, and then, like, make a list of, is that okay? Does everyone kind of agree with that? What I'm thinking of doing is to appoint each member a different like video submission that they should talk about. In the notes, it says 30 seconds of member explaining whatever project you would be getting, and it would just make it easier for us to all be included in the video and talking and getting all those videos in. So, do I have a senior member that would like to talk about the rock garden, the Kindness Rock Garden we're starting to do last year? I was thinking of doing it, yes. So I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna start writing this down, or can one of you guys write this down?
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Okay, good. Can I have a junior member who would like to talk about the clothing drive? Go over all them. Do pay run? Is everyone okay with do pay run doing that? Okay. This is Renee do Love Locks. Bella, would you like to do the Love Locks video submission? Okay. Is everyone okay with member Bella doing the Love Locks? Yes. Okay. This says for myself to do the strategic plan, but I would like someone else to do it. I could help, but I would like someone to speak about it. Member Whitish and Garcia, which one would you like to do? Because there's multiple, so one of you guys, like, do you guys want to both do it? You can.
I think that the strategic plan is a beast. I think there's a lot of stuff in it, so I think it would be appropriate for both
Oh,
me and Whitish to do
You
it.
guys, or maybe we can also have our youth council operations too, because we made those rules.
I could do the youth council operations.
Yeah, we can say that. Well, because we can also like quickly explain that we got sunshine taken out of, so we
Right.
made our rules. So we could do like that, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can do the strategic plan. So for the record, we'll have Vice Chair Garcia speak about the strategic plan, and then Member Whitish talk about us creating, just simply quickly talking about our youth council operations. All right, so the last bullet point says, members go to essential places in the city such as J.C. Park, Cove on 47th, the building and condos, and then for like videos, any school or community events that we participate in. So this would kind of go with the Adopt a Road or the Trunk or Treat. 4 Mile Cove. Would anyone like to discuss about J.C. Park? Member Negron? Yes.
Sorry, I can get you like video of hat. Like I can arrange a badge to be done with my Girl Scout thing, and we can, do 2 things at once. 'Cause
Yeah, that's
we have
cool.
something we need to do there.
Yeah.
So I can get you like video and send it in.
Yeah, because I would explain, like, we have many parks in Cape Coral. That's something that's really big in Cape Coral, and J.C. Park is just a really big, wide-known one. And then the Cove on 47th, the condos, which is a very big thing for Cape as well. Does anyone want to speak about this? Member Bella? All right. So those are our appointments for those assignments and tasks. When do you want these videos to be submitted? Because you need to have enough time to edit, of course. So.
October 25th is like the absolute deadline for all of this.
All right.
You just,
25th.
how do you want it to send?
To my email or like to my email or my Instagram, I would say, if you have my Instagram.
Okay.
But
Do you want to say your Instagram?
oh,
And then I'll put,
wait.
so people have it. Because I know I have it, but.
Does it send the video better there?
I think so.
Okay.
My Instagram, it's on the Cape Coral Youth Council Instagram, but it's just my name, Alexa Anchetta, all together, lowercase, and 2 X's.
And then, does anyone else have any ideas for things that we might want to get video of or anything else they want to talk about? Just, okay, just want to make sure.
I was thinking you guys could put the mayor's scholarship on there, because Lindsay, member Zadowich from last year, she was in there, so we could say we are making sure that we're including alumni and citizens that are not in high school anymore, citizens that are not in high school anymore. We're still trying to include them in our community, so you could kind of say something like that.
I actually did get footage from
Yeah.
the mayor's ball, and I got a video of Tom Hayden and his wife dancing, so.
So you could probably add something like that. I was thinking that, because one of the questions is, how does your youth council help make your city, town, or village great? I think the senior and junior projects really help that, and I think we should explain that we are contributing to the community directly, but our strategic plan will help us, that portion will help us explain that we are still trying to plan to help our community in the future as well, instead of just like doing it right now. Member Muncie?
In terms of how we make our city great, we can kind of nod to or just mention some of the projects that the Youth Council has given input on, like the Yacht Club or J.C. Park.
That's a good one.
Would anyone like to discuss that in the video? Okay.
Oh, no, I was just suggesting, I know member Mazurkowitz isn't here, but she
probably
went
would want
and
to.
she gave input, so I'm not gonna volunteer her while she's not here, but that'll be a suggestion for later.
I could ask her.
I'm writing it down and I'll text her and I'll ask if she's okay with it. I'm sure she will, and it makes sense because she's doing the yacht club. But then we also have member Negron doing the JC. So we also say in your little 30 seconds that we are helping them with their planning for, what is that word? Renewing the park? Renovating the park. There it is, renovating the park. Any more suggestions of what we can do? I was thinking maybe we could get videos of like the drop boxes for our clothing drive, because I know we won't be able to have the event in there, but we can show us getting the clothes and stuff. Member Dupeyron?
Yeah, what about including the quarterly report, or was that already like planned? Like maybe having
Yeah,
a
we
video
could.
of us like presenting to the council, and that way it's like showing how we give our input and like how we are talking about what we.
Yeah, that would be good. Any ideas is anything is great for them to help make the video. So, any more ideas?
Yeah.
Oh, Member Negro.
I don't know if it sounds kind of silly or not, but maybe we could mention something about burrowing owls since they're unique to like the Cape Coral area.
Not bad, yeah. I could take videos for that because we live near like 3 burrowing owl nests, so they're everywhere. So I could do something like that and explain that, oh, we have them all over Cape Coral and we have the little poles around them and we put them. Any more discussion, any more ideas? Because that was a really good idea too. So we talked about, how do you guys want to start the video? You guys have a plan for that too?
I was thinking we could do like a little montage of our city, and like similarly to how the questions are structured, like how it keeps getting like smaller, we could do like videos of like the city, and then some of the parks, and then like some groups like youth council, and then like city council. So we could
Okay.
do that.
Yeah, that's good. Start with the city and then get close at the end. We're really talking about like what we're doing for the community. I agree. And then we talked about the submissions, which would be October 25th. And who is going to write the video summary? Because that is something that we have to do as well. 250 words. Member Bella, would you like to do it? Or?
I'll do it.
All right. Was anyone else interested in that or no? Okay. Member Bella, you'll write the video summary. Ms. Grigland, do you want her to send that to you for like proofread?
So, thank you, Chair. Yeah, obviously, I mean, just for, purposes of clarification and everything, absolutely. But I do want to clarify a couple things to make sure that we all on the same page and understand. The key thing is it's got to be in a YouTube video link if you're not aware of that. It has to be 5 minutes or less. And I don't know if we're going to do music, but there's a key thing in there that it will not be judged if you use copyrighted music. Okay, so it's perfectly fine if you do it, but just make sure that it's not, any type of copyrighted. The key thing to me is to make sure that I have everything, because I have to submit it the latest I can submit is Friday, November the 10th, which is fine. I mean, we're 3 weeks out. So for purposes of me, if everybody can have everything, the essay, the YouTube video link, just in case, to make sure I can open it, there's no issues, there's no problems. One year we had a problem, so I definitely do not want to wait till the last minute when you guys have put so much hard work into it. So let's make it Monday, November the 6th, that I absolutely have to have everybody. That gives me then that full week to, if we need to go talk back and forth, to make any type of corrections. The good news is, November's a unique month because we're actually having that meeting that month because the holiday falls, I know it's a Saturday, Veterans Day, but we're not having a meeting on the 2nd of the second week in November. We're having it the first week. So we'll actually, it's a good chance we'll be able to, meet again on November the 3rd. So with that actually being said, if I can have the link before that Friday's meeting, I will make sure it's uploaded so that everybody can see it on that Friday. So I'm gonna scratch that. So yes, just make sure I have at least the link, by Thursday evening, so that Friday I can upload it, and then that everybody can watch it together on that Friday meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I could edit.
This is like actually the last question for you, Ms. Strickland. Because we do need a letter of recommendation. Do you want me to ask or do you want to ask?
I'll take care of that on my end. Thank you.
Okay. That's all from me. I usually list like a couple questions that I need to ask you guys. Is there any more discussion? From the communications directors, are there any questions or comments? Okay. Let's go to our next business item 10B, Blessings in a Backpack sponsorship discussion. A few weeks ago, Member Widdish announced that he received a $1,000 donation to help us with donating to Blessings in a Backpack, and I believe 5 gift cards from Five Guys. I would like to now turn the floor over to him to quickly hear about how he was able to do this.
Thank you very much. So with the Como of Florida is a network of condominium managers and real estate individuals throughout our community. I've had a few family members in that organization for a long time, and so through my family members, I was able to get in contact with some of the directors of Coma, and I simply stated, what we were doing, and that we would humbly accept any type of donation, and they came back with that amount, and of course, I accepted that, and we were able to, as a council, collect that. I passed out the thank you note that you guys saw, that we signed, that will be sent to them. It'll be framed. It'll be nice. And I think that this is a really good win for our cause of fundraising for Blessings in a Backpack. And then with the Five Guys donations, part of the previous contacting local businesses, I emailed Five Guys on Pine Island, and they came back with the gift card amounts.
Okay. For the Five Guys, how would we like to do that? Because I know Mr. Mazurkowitz talked about doing an online auction. How do we go about doing that? How does that work? I've never done an online auction, but if we could have Member Widdish figure out how that works, so we can get the ball rolling. Because I think you said tomorrow you're gonna get the Five Guys gift cards, so that would be really cool for us to do. Figure out already how it works. Okay, at the conclusion of our last meeting, Member Mazurkowitz expressed that she had created some ideas for one of her 2 large-scale fundraisers to help raise money for Blessings, but she could not be here today, unfortunately, to discuss those ideas. But she did let me and Member Widdish know that she would have Member Widdish understand what the fundraiser was going to be and at least introduce the idea to us for today. So I'm going to turn it over to Member Widdish.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I'm going to simply read off of her concept, and then any questions or comments or concerns that you have, I'll also take note of and send those to her for next meeting. So Blessings in a Backpack, she would propose that we contact the Chamber of Commerce about helping us out and setting up a fundraiser at one of their events to leverage the community outreach and the marketing efforts that they have. Be setting up a booth at the Holiday Festival of Lights for Blessings in a Backpack, presenting at one of their lunches potentially. With presenting, we could even try to be a guest speaker and have the advisors talk about us as well as what we're trying to do for Blessings in a Backpack. And then, of course, donation boxes in the chamber. Events to set up the booth at, we could do the Red, White, and Boom event, Junior Leadership Kickoff / graduation, the Mayor's Scholarship Gala, any Cape Coral Wellness Center, even if they are willing to work with us. We could talk to Parks and Recreation about any target-rich events, school open houses, Catch the Vision event, and trunk or treats.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments? What I was thinking is for us to meet outside of school to really get our fundraiser going. I was talking to my mom about how we could meet outside of school because we are allowed to do that now at Sunshine. And I was thinking we could possibly go to the public library, the Cape Coral Library, because they do like rooms where there's a whiteboard and stuff, and there's a table and actual chairs, and we can actually talk much louder and not like hush hush or whisper. So if you guys are interested in that, I think we should do that, and I could set up a day that we come before next November meeting, and so we can really talk about what we want to do with Member Mazurkowitz. Are you guys interested, Member Negron?
Which library would that be? The one off Mohawk or the one off Chiquita?
Let me search. It's the Cape Coral Library. Let's see, Cape Coral. Huh? Mohawk. Mohawk? There we go. Say it louder, Alicia.
The Northwest Regional one is the one that's
I've heard about
the
that
other
one.
one. It's right by Mariner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, those are two completely different.
Yeah, they're two, yeah.
Okay. I was thinking the Mohawk one, but I'll search which one, and then maybe I can ask all of us to see which one's more accessible for everyone, the majority, and then we can get in contact with them and reserving a room. I think that would work. Yeah. Okay. I'm really glad everyone's kind of on board with that because I think we really need to meet outside of our meetings. But does anyone have any more comments or concerns about our fundraiser and this item? Okay. Seeing none, we will go to business item 10C, special events discussion. At our last meeting, we decided that we would participate in 2 city events, a citywide trunk or treat at City Hall and the Veterans Day Parade. For the trunk or treat, which is on Friday, October 27th, we appointed members Muncie and Negron and Vice Chair Garcia to come up with the theme for the car that we will be handing candy from and what decorations we would like to get for it. I will now turn the floor over to Member Muncie, Negron, and Vice Chair to hear the theme.
Okay, so we got together and we finalized on 3 ideas, but ultimately came down to 1. So the 3 ideas that we came up with was an up-themed movie, an up-themed trunk, which from the movie Up, where we would have like a bunch of balloons on the car. I thought it was a really cute idea and that it's very like attractive to the eye, but considering the amount of time that we need to set up, it is just not feasible because I'm looking at the photo right now. There's like 50 balloons to blow up. And that's just, it's just not, in that time we're not able to.
You're actually gonna make your car fly.
Yeah, actually. And plus they would have to be filled up with helium. So that's something that we just can't do. And the other one was a Minnie and Mickey Mouse themed truck, which I thought would be really cute since it's like little kids. But I was thinking of ways to like make it more, not attractive, but like more just like more decorated, and I couldn't think of anything else other than this photo that I'm currently looking at. So the one that we came up with was a Super Mario themed trunk. So I have an inspiration photo here. It's not going to be exactly like this inspiration photo, which I will send this photo to the group chat. It's really cute, guys. Like it's very nice.
Send it out, and then we'll have
You want to send it now? Okay.
Member Muncie, while she's looking for it. Oh, that would work too.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. The Super
Projector?
Mario one? Okay,
Do you know how to do it?
that will work. So you're going to see the resources and materials that we will need for it, but here are the ones that I have right now is an Mario balloon, three gold star balloons, which I'll get back to in a second on what I mean by 3 gold star balloons, poster board, 6 to 8 different size boxes, one of which would hold the candy, 2 big green plant pots, which you'll see what I mean by plant pots in the photo. Different colored large papers like the school poster papers that you see that we have at school, spare cardboard, white and black lanterns, and lots of duct tape. Okay. Should I just send it?
Yes,
Let's
please.
see, hold on.
Oh, I thought you were already doing it.
No, it wasn't because she sent it on the thing. sent
She's
so that you
sending it.
guys could see it personally. I think this one was also sent to Miss Griglin. I sent it in a group chat with Miss Griglin.
Oh, okay. Hold up.
So something that we also discussed that Negron brought to my attention is that we don't know the weather for the day, whether it's going to be raining or not. I can assume that if it is like downpouring during the time of the trunk or treat, that it would be canceled. Okay. So she brought to my attention the humidity in that when you have helium balloons, they tend to deflate very, very quickly. So those 3 Gold Star balloons in the photo that you guys all saw from Member Muncie, they are helium, they float. So we are thinking of just trying to find regular Gold Star balloons that you fill with air and then just stick them to the car. But I would still purchase helium balloons in case there's no humidity at all because the floating stars look better.
All right.
There you go.
Before we get into like really keep going with the Super Mario, can I have a raise of hands of who wants to do the Super Mario theme for the trunk or treat? Or who likes the other? Okay, me too. If you don't like it, put your hand down. I'm going to go through the other ones too. So if you like it, put your hand up. I want to get a true vote. The Super Mario one. Okay, we have 1. Keep your hands up because I'm going to tally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who likes the up theme more for the trunk or treat? 1, 2, 3. Who likes the Minnie and Mickey Mouse? Okay, girl. Okay, so the Super Mario one, I'm sorry for the other ones. I really liked the up one too. I thought that was super cute. But yes, Super Mario. So with all those decorations, Miss Griglin, yes, you know what I'm going to ask.
I can't read your mind now. Okay, so once again, the way it's gonna work that day, obviously City Hall is still open. So all employees work till 4:30. We actually already have our spot chosen. I didn't choose it, the city automatically does it for us. So if you guys can picture the front of the building here, okay? We are actually, okay, I'll read it now. Where did I say we were? Oh, there. So we're like the 4th from the end over there. So we're in the front row, which is nice because obviously, you know, the kids go walk around this way. So there is a chance that our spot may be open before 4:30, but the key is to be here at 4:30 because that's the soonest we can set up. Now, obviously, with that being said, that's meaning set up items are ready to go. Whatever you guys need to put together, whatever you need to tape, whatever you need to staple, whatever needs to be done has to be done prior because we only have from 4:30 to 6, okay? And you've got every other department out there that's going to be decorating. So we want to try to be as efficient as possible. So with that being said, I would like everything in hand in my office downstairs before that day so that I know that it's done, it's completed, okay? I would like to shoot for the absolute deadline, the 25th. If you get it to me before that, or you let me know and we need to meet up somewhere, that's fine. I'm willing to help pick up and grab things, but I would like everything in my possession on the 25th, so that way that, you know, particular day, it's already in there, it's just a matter of getting it out and decorating. Yes?
So I could assume that the city is going to pay for like the decorations and stuff. How is the money?
So any decorations that we purchase comes out of our budget, the
Okay.
youth council budget.
So how would that work for me, Member Negron, and Member Muncie to purchase the items?
So you guys have to let me know I'm the only one that can purchase them because we have to purchase them on a P card.
Okay.
My suggestion would be that library thing you're gonna do, you all go to your schools or have it soon, have it next weekend, and meet on the Saturday, bring all your materials, your empty boxes you find from home that we can wrap up. I have bulletin board paper that we can wrap them in green or wrap them in whatever. Let's get creative instead of having to purchase a bunch of already made things.
and put things together so that you're getting together that Saturday to talk about your fundraiser stuff and creating whatever you need to create. You need green paint, ask a preschool.
Ask me. I got paint.
Ask your chair, she has lots of paint, it's ridiculous. Bring those things, be creative. If at the end of the day, all you need are 2 green pots and some Dollar Tree balloons, that's easy. Everything else should be able to be created. Pinterest, look it up, it's very easy, and you guys are really smart kids. Some of you are really creative and can paint, so I think that group text needs to get together, and that's how you should do it. Less money, more profit, so that you keep money in your bank.
And just to piggyback off of that, you know, stick me in the group text with the materials you need. You'd be surprised. I might have stuff from other events, or I may be able to get you guys stuff. But if I don't know what you need, I can't assist you. You know, so, I mean, you don't have to put me in the one where you guys are discussing, but you guys have come up with your supply list. This is what I need. Like I said, you know, I have other resources, but I just need to know what you guys need ahead of time.
So what I'm gonna say is send the decorations list in our group chat with Miss Griglin, and then we can like figure out what we really need. We can all go through it and then bring it to, like my mom said, the library, and then we'll send another list to Miss Griglin of the like completed stuff that we need purchased from Miss Griglin. So we'll have like 2 lists, that one, and then the finished one.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have one more question. Whose car is it going to be inside of?
We'll figure that out.
Okay, because it's like a relatively big display. So, like my car, for example, it's a little Nissan Maxima, couldn't be in there. Like a
But it's gonna be outside of the trunk.
Yeah,
too. It's
we'll
not-
probably have a pickup truck, and we've already got that.
pickup.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it'll be easier because then you guys can also use the back of the bed.
Mhm.
So,
Okay. Any more questions or discussion? Member Roman?
Are we gonna like dress up? Because since it is Super Mario, I think it'd be cute to have a Bowser, Luigi.
I have Luigi
like-
costume. I have a Luigi costume.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Belle for
She's so
Halloween. So like I can be like one of those like Princess Peaches or like
Yes.
the one that wears the yellow dress.
Yeah.
That'd be
believe
fun.
Like 4 of us really need to commit to the character, commit to the bit. We need to be, we need a Mario, we need a Luigi. I agree. Any more discussion or questions besides being in costume? All right, let's go to our next discussion. Item 10D, Junior Project Continue discussion. At our last meeting, we discussed how we would put together our citywide clothing drive and decided on a few things, like the location of the giveaway event, which will be at William Austin Youth Center. The clothes will be collected, the clothes that we are collecting are tops, bottoms, jackets, and socks. We will also collect the clothes in our drop boxes by November 1st. On November 1st, we will be collecting the clothes from the Dropbox facilities. Furthermore, we have more planning to do because we are halfway through the actual collection, because it's halfway through the month of October. So I want to first turn the floor to Ms. Griglin to hear an update about the drop boxes, and if you know anything's going with the City Hall one.
So I've reached out to all of the departments that have the boxes. They're not overflowing with clothes, but obviously most of them have gotten donations. So all I can suggest for you guys and our communications department, get it out on our social media pages. These videos that you guys are doing, get some videos out, talk about the clothing drive. Those are snippets that they can, put on any of our social media pages, but you got to get the word out. I've had, the city put out the social media pages, but you guys are the keys, word of mouth is going to be huge. I am going to hopefully have the city send out a citywide email to all employees within, obviously, the city hall, hopefully by Monday, so that, we'll gather more, because once, they see the email and if they have clothes at home, but, you guys definitely just get the word out.
The videos are a really good idea, and I like the email. So, how are we going to collect the actual clothes on November 1st? I know we said that we're going to go around and get them. Where are we going to store them?
So that's me. So with the help, obviously, of my helpers here, I will make sure that all the clothing is picked up. It'll be brought to, obviously, a central location, which is, chances are, my office. And then we'll make sure, then, obviously, at that point in time, we'll have to figure out how we're going to start sorting, because like I said, that's going to be the key. Sorting things, and even if we just sort things and we put them in bags, you know what I'm saying? And then those bags are the ones that are going to get, to the Lake Kennedy Center. I mean, obviously, we can find out from the Lake Kennedy Center. Is it, are we at the youth center? My apologies, we're at the youth center. Disregard that. We can certainly find out from them, if there's an area that we can come maybe a couple days early to be able to sort. But that's going to be our key thing is, we need to get groups of people who are going to come in advance and sort through the clothes. Like I said, even if we just put them in bags, because obviously we're not going to have tables set up. So if we at least sort through them and we know this and put a, tag on it, these are ladies sizes large, something of that nature to help us the day of, because like I said, we have to be ready to go that day with it already sorted.
Yeah. Dupeyron, could you, oh no, well, I was gonna say Dupeyron, could you email them about setting up like maybe 2 days where we could go distribute, but you could probably do it.
I could do what?
Text or email Eric, like one of the supervisors there, and ask if we can come like 2 days. 2 days of the week that it is, November 18th, or a week before, to go distribute clothes at the youth center.
Like to sort it?
Mm-hmm. If they're available, because they have tigers after school.
They do, but
We could do something.
I'll make it work.
Okay.
Figure it out.
Because it is important, like Ms. Strickland said, we need to distribute the clothes before, so we would need a place to do it, and the best place would be to the youth center. Okay. I don't have any more questions. Does anyone have any questions or comments or any plans about the clothing drive? Do parent?
I have a question. So you sent an email talking about that we didn't have like bags for it. Was that like, did we find plastic bags to keep everything in, or is that still something we have to look for?
Actually, we do. Member Bella reached out to me and she says she has plenty to supply us.
Okay.
But thank you.
I have one question about that. I couldn't really describe it in an email, but I'm talking about like when you go to Publix or Walmart and you just get those like the small little.
Plastic bags?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
that
have a
should
bunch of
be,
those.
that should be fine, only because, remember, not that we're gonna limit anybody, but we don't wanna bring out the large kitchen bags and, somebody take a full table. So I think if you have the smaller bags, you've got more opportunities for more people to shop.
And so when do you want me to bring those the day of that we're sorting?
Sure, I mean, you can bring them whenever, but absolutely, as long as we have them the day of, that's
Okay.
totally fine.
Member Garcia, did you have a question?
Oh, I was just gonna say that I also have to supply if we do need extra.
All right, perfect. Any questions, any plans about the comments from the advisors, nothing else? Oh, Member Nair, Dupeyron?
The thing, we never decided which organization or if there was anywhere we wanted to like
That's the question I
put
was
the surplus, if we have any.
It says, figure out how we would like to tackle relocation of clothes. That's, I forgot about that, so yes. Ms.
Thank you, Chair. I'm actually going to insert that. I have actually reached out to, it actually used to be a former council member, Jennifer Nelson. She helped me enlist somebody from the Goodwill, and I am making arrangements that Goodwill will probably be there the day of the clothing drive. Not so much to assist us with the clothing drive, but the afterwards of it, meaning that anything that is not given out that day or not, any leftovers we have, they are basically going to take it all and pick us up and take it back to the location.
Oh, okay.
So it's
That
kind of
sounds
a
good.
two-win fold, you know, at least we don't have to worry about taking it that day, storing it somewhere else. They're going to have members of their organization. All they're obviously asking is for you guys as the members to assist them getting all this stuff back into the truck.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Kirkland.
Absolutely.
Anything else? Okay, seeing none, let's go to item 10E, Lovelock project updates. At our last meeting, we tasked Member Bella with coming up with ways to raise money to help reach the $900 to $1,000 funds that's needed to complete our Lovelocks project. I will now turn the floor over to Member Bella for any updates.
I kind of, because we've discussed doing the restaurant fundraisers before. I know Jeremiah's didn't work, but there's still like a lot of other, because I know, like, what is it, Culver's and Chipotle, like, those are really popular. So I think if we could set up a couple of those, that could at least get some kind of influx in. And we just never, I just, like, how do we go about setting it up? Should I reach out to the manager? Or?
So, correct. The easiest way, honestly, is you guys want to stop in, find out who, you know, the manager's information. Most of those organizations, seriously, I mean, anytime related to the youth, they are more than willing to help. I know Culver's is a very, very big one that I see and hear about all the time.
There's a new restaurant called Tito's Cantina. He is a big, former
boxer.
UFC, and he loves Cape Coral. He came here to build a restaurant. I would reach out to him to see if he would give that donation, because he might just do that. If he wants to get an in with the city, I would reach out to him.
What's his name?
Tito.
Tito? Okay.
Just Tito?
I don't know what his last
Tito
name is, but
I think it's Ortiz. I could be
yeah,
wrong.
Ortiz. Yeah,
His
maybe that's
restaurant's
it.
on Cape Coral Parkway next to like Nice Guys Pizza.
It just opened.
Okay.
So if you do that, I would
And remember, I
see
mean, the
something
key thing
happening.
is, we're not asking, I mean, if he wants to donate, that's great. All we're asking for is a percentage,
Yeah.
10%, whatever he wants to give back for proceeds of that night. You know, and most of them are willing to do that, because obviously that's free advertisement for him as well. But, you know, at least then, if he would do that, then, you know, that's something that, you know, we can put out there, that all of our social media pages, you know, imagine all of us, you know, making it out that one night just to, you know, obviously you're patronizing his restaurant, but in the same return, he's giving back to us. So, you know,
Yeah.
most of them are willing to do that, and being that he's a new restaurant, those are the ones you want to catch.
Yep.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's not even the restaurants, it's we have to do it. Like, you have to go and ask. Like, we will never know unless you ask the restaurant. So just ask anyone you find, Member Bella, I almost said Renee, Member Bella, and just give us an update in our group chat. You don't even have to wait until next meeting. Just give an update in the group chat, okay? Communications Director Garcia, you had something? Online. Okay. Online, like an application? Yeah. Yeah, I think Three Peppers does that too. El Primos. All right, any more discussion? Is there any updates on the actual project, or we're just still?
They're ready to start building, and it's approved from the city, so we just need the money. Because I didn't want to start building it unless we had the money to cover the paint, so it wasn't just sitting.
I just, Madam Chair, I have one question. The size and everything I gave to the engineers, but the weight, do they have any idea how much this is going to weigh when it's completed?
No, I haven't, like, because I don't know exactly the material they're using.
Yeah, but so maybe we ask them
Ask
if
them.
they have an idea what is going, you know, within 100 pounds or something. I don't think it's gonna be that heavy, but something that, so we know what kind of instruments to use to attach it to the base.
Okay, I can ask them.
Okay, Any more discussion? Okay, seeing none, let's go to item 10F, senior project, continue discussion. At our last meeting, we confirmed the dates we would like to conduct and adopt a road. And in the backup material, I actually created a final draft of the dates we voted on because I know we missed February. I missed February, the month of February, and we took away, I think, November. November, we're not having a adopt a road. So furthermore, on September 30th, we conducted our first adopt a road cleanup. I was in attendance. Member Bella, Member Whitish, Member Roman, Member Muncy, and Member Anchetta were also there. Advisors Revelo, Ms. Cosden, and Mr. Mazurkowitz showed up as well. And we even had 2 guests. So we had a great party bus. We had a great party, and we did great. We had 3 guests? Oh, we had 2 guests, and we had a very youthful guest as well, Miss Cosden's son. He was great. He was like our leader. It was kind of fun. He yelled at me a couple times, but it's okay. Yeah, he was like, I don't know, he said something, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay, you do you. But anyways, I think the overall execution was great. We did what we had to do, and we did it. So props to us. Anyways, does anyone want to reflect on the experience and give any suggestions to improve our October Adopt a Road, because we have that coming up in 2 weeks? Member Roman.
It was fun. I had a great time. I think one thing I would advocate for is to maybe lessen how far, because we kind of left some trash behind because our goal was to just hit everything as much as we could a mile. Maybe cut it in half, make it half a mile, and really try to get as much as we can within that half mile. And then in the next month, we finish the other half of that mile. Because I remember there was a massive box of empty cans that we had to kind of skip over, because we also didn't have enough space in our buckets because we still had so much left to go around and looking for.
Member Muncy.
I just suggest bringing bug spray next time.
I agree, because my homecoming dress was short and you could see the bug bites. Oh my God, the mosquitoes were out that day, guys. They were out there. But going back to Member Roman, I do agree the buckets were kind of small, so it was hard to pick up the trash. Is there any way we could get maybe different buckets, Ms. Franklin, or no? Or bring more buckets, or bring more people?
Just the bag.
Yeah, well, you put a bag inside the bucket, you fill it up, and then you can empty it out into another bag. You don't limit yourself at the size of the bucket, and then you start with a clean bucket again.
Got
It's
it.
not that hard.
Thanks, guys.
It worked pretty easy, I thought.
Yeah. Well, you were running. You left me and Renee behind. We turned around and you were gone.
You mean you can't keep up with a 71-year-old
No,
man?
I couldn't. You were going. You were going with your
Gotta
stick.
move.
Okay, guys. He broke his grabber and then gave me his broken grabber, and I had to give him
Clearly,
mine.
you weren't doing enough work with yours.
You broke your grabber, so. Okay. But anyways, don't put me and him in the same mile. Yes, Ms. Cosby.
Speaking of broken grabbers, I think that was a big issue. I think
Yes,
half
that
of
was
our
my
grabbers were
suggestion.
broken. I don't know what to do differently, though.
Exactly.
I don't know if there's better grabbers out there or if we just need to be more careful.
So I'll be honest with you, the grabbers and the buckets and everything came from the Lee County. Obviously, we can purchase grabbers. They come out of our budget. I'm more than willing to try to find some reasonable ones, if you guys struggle with them, but yeah, they came from Lee County.
Well, now they're with
Yeah, I
Waste
think we
Pro.
have-
We put them in the bags. That's scary. But anyways. Well, because we wore gloves, so it's okay not to have grabbers, but but we still like grabbers.
Don't wear gloves, I do.
I will search to see if I can get some reasonable ones, that have some good reviews, but yeah, I didn't purchase them. So I
Check
can't
Amazon,
comment.
maybe Amazon. They'll probably have a coupon. Any more suggestions? Because I was gonna talk about the grabbers as well. My bullet point literally says most of the grabbers broke. Oh, and this is just a suggestion. This is just me saying something, but I actually have a backpack cooler I got from one of my leadership groups, so we could put the waters in there. Oh yeah, and Anna Chetta has one because she was there too. So we have like backpack coolers from Waste Pro as well. They're actually from Waste Pro. So you can put the waters in there and keep them cold. So I think that was something else we needed. The water was good though. We were really hot, but that's something that could happen. And then Miss Griglin, would you like to say something?
Oh, no, I'm good unless you had a question.
I have maybe a new way to deal with the transportation. Whomever the driver is only walks halfway picking up trash, and then walks back to get the van and drives the van to the end, so we all don't have to walk the full mile back.
All right.
She can do that this time. Unfortunately, this advisor is gonna be out of commission, but she did get someone else to drive from the youth center. So that person would probably be really happy to only walk halfway and then walk back.
Yeah, I
And do
mean,
that. So I will suggest that to him. Are you gonna be at the next one?
I don't know, we'll see.
We've recruited Jess already.
Yeah, you better be there.
I better be
I'm
there?
gonna be the only adult otherwise.
I guess I'm being there. 28th, huh?
Yep.
You will be there.
I'll send out a
You're
calendar.
breaking into my voting time on Saturday mornings, you know that.
For the community, for the youth and the senior citizens, you need to be doing this.
Oh my God.
You need to be helping the environment. Excuse me for your voting. Maybe get your grabber and clean the sea while you're out on your boat. Maybe you should do that. All right, Member Whitish.
Ms. Cosden at the cleanup recommended something to me about inviting the council and mayor. You know, I don't think it would hurt to invite them to see if they would come out and help out. But that would just be my recommendation.
That's a cool recommendation. That's a great idea. Can I invite them, or do you want to invite them, Ms. Grigg?
I
What's the
think
name?
it should come from the
Okay,
youth
good.
themselves.
Good.
I see them every day.
Well, my thing was
They won't take her seriously.
I will do it. I will do it.
The nice thing about it is
I
there
like sending
is
emails.
one email address that will hit all the council members, and that's citycouncil@capecoral.gov.
All right.
And you won't have to fish all for all their emails.
Thank you. Because I would
Absolutely.
copy and paste. Boom, boom, boom. Expect that, Ms. Cosden. 7:30. Member Whitish? Yes.
I don't mind sending out the email. It's up to you. But
You can send the email if you want. Perfect. All right. You got that email down? citycouncil@gov. At capecoral.gov. There you go. All right. Any more suggestions, ideas? Because that was a great idea. Okay. Seeing none, let's go to item 10G, reinstatement of Youth Council Awards discussion. At our last meeting, Member Whitish expressed his interest in bringing back something like a Youth Council Awards, which was something that previous youth councils used to do, where they would basically recognize a student from, I think, any age level, but I saw some of them were mostly high schoolers, that shows those students that have shown great achievement in like community service and academics. I personally think this is a great idea, since the regular city council is doing that with your recognition awards almost at all your meetings. But if we would like to continue doing this, we would actually have to like come up with a plan. So I'm gonna turn it to Member Whitish and see if you have any ideas about how you would like to do this.
thank you, Madam Chair. So from what I got from the Instagram post, they recognized monthly one person in either arts, leadership, or advocacy. And essentially what they did was, it was just like a certificate framed or like paper. And basically the purpose of doing it was to kind of express our community involvement with other youth, try and encourage people to not only understand what we do as a youth council, but to recognize how we are trying to support youth in our city. So there's the three categories. We can obviously, like, if we, through discussion, choose to, like, reinstate these, we can discuss different areas of what we want to award. But my recommendations would be arts, leadership, and advocacy. Arts, so essentially anyone, band, community art, things like that. Leadership, student government, youth and government, advocacy, like what we do, or down at the district student advisory committee, just different groups like that. My further recommendation would be that we look at doing one person per month. Either we do one person per month and that's it, or we do one person per month in each previously explained category. And yeah, that would be it's not like a formal proposal, but if we would like to try and come up with something to look at for next meeting, like a physical flyer, like what it would look like in a plan, I'd be willing to develop that for us. And yeah, that's all I have.
All right. Ms. Griglin, could you like enlighten us of how this used to work? Like when you guys used to do this?
So when the program originally started, it was very similar to how Member Whitish had described it. It was only open to high schoolers at that time. I'm not saying it has to be limited to, but that's what they did. It was just strictly high schoolers. And obviously, I believe they chose the high schoolers because, you know, you guys are representing each schools. And I think to come from the schools that you guys are doing this is obviously what promoted it, and they were able to send it to their newspapers or however you guys get your communication out. I know times have definitely changed in the high schools about how you guys get your communication out. But, you know, it wasn't limited to, you know, a specific sport or anything. I mean, it was very large and broadened, you know, however they felt somebody was doing good for the community, or I don't know, maybe they received some type of award or whatever. And so they would have to fill out an application. And the application was the key part, because depending on what you asked in the application is obviously what brought the qualifications, because you guys would have to, we'd have to receive all of those applications. You guys would have to review them together as a group. And then out of those applications is, you know, how whatever you guys use for criteria to choose the members is how they were chosen. And then we brought them obviously back, you know, if you did it at today's meeting, let's say, we would bring them back in November and present them with their award.
I like the idea, but Member Whitish?
I just wanted to say, like, yeah, that's exactly kind of like what I was trying to say, but she obviously worded it better. I'd be, you know, like, if we want to go forward with this, I'd be willing to kind of like, I don't know, do we have, Ms. Griglin, if I can ask through the chair, do we have the rubric saved, like, in archives, or is that, like, something that we would have to create again?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you asked, what we saved.
Like, the rubric for determining, like, who...
I'm sure if I look back in my archives, I believe it was a Google form that they had, but I'm sure I can find it for you.
Okay.
Kind of going off what Ms. Griglin said in the description of most likely how this would go. Before I get into that, Member Muncy, you go, because I'm about to explain something.
Well, if we can't find the application, is it possible that we could accept nominations? Because, I mean, if I can speak for most of the OASIS members on the council, the opportunity of the youth council was brought to our attention by our guidance counselor. They see like the exemplary students in the school, and they kind of enlightened us as to the opportunity that we had on the council. So, I mean, the guidance counselors see everything. So if we would go around each of our respective schools and ask, like, each month, could you potentially pick someone to submit to the council?
Absolutely. I mean, once again, the possibilities are endless. It's just whatever process and procedures you guys want to come up with, we just want to make sure that, you know, we remain consistent. We don't want to be flip-flopping, you know, not that any school would come back, but you want to just be consistent. If that's how we're going to choose them by nomination, that's fine. You know, I mean, it's, once again, just because we come up with that process doesn't mean that we can't change it. But at some point you want to do, you know, make sure you are staying consistent. But absolutely, I mean, I think that would be a great idea if you guys came up with the nominations.
I really like that idea. I just want to first make sure that we vote on if we're going to do this or not, and then go forward with the actual planning of it if we do choose to go. So can I have a raise of hands of who is opposed of doing the Youth Council Awards? Is that your hand raised? Okay. We have one. Can I see who wants to do the Youth Council Awards, maybe change the name? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do the Youth Council Awards. We will probably maybe change that name to something cleaner, but that's what we're doing. So I don't want to take a bunch of time today, but because we do have another meeting we can plan really heavily, but I think going over how we want to do either an application or a nomination, I think we should discuss which one we want to do and start like from the ground. Yeah.
No problem in doing both an application and then handing the applications out to the guidance counselors for them to make the nominations, or at least offer them up. The applications is going to give everybody some guidelines as to what you're looking for, so it's not just totally chaos.
Okay. So doing both. I think that's fine. So we're gonna have to create the application, of course. So Ms. Grigland, send the application. Can you just send it to all of us? Yeah, just send it to all of us so we can see it. But let's appoint Member Whitish to actually create the comprehensive new application, and we could start reviewing it. Try to have it done by the meeting that we are going to set when I figure it out, and then we will talk about it. I think it's good. Member Roman.
So right now there's like, we're not gonna like, applications are coming in, but we're not gonna do any of those nominations. We're not gonna actually give the certificate to someone next meeting, correct? We're just gonna go through it, like correct it. When do you think we're gonna give it out to our counselors and such?
Near winter? Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like either right before winter break or just the third quarter, second semester of school. Because again, this does take time. So this does take time to really sit through it. Like Ms. Grigman said, we have to be consistent. We have to make sure there's no discrepancies in our application and our emails to the counselors. Member Whitish.
We can also, like, it doesn't have to be a year-round thing. Like, towards the end of the year when graduation comes around, like, that could be when we pick, like, from each category. Like, we nominate somebody from arts, from leadership, and things like that. And, like, for their works during the year, then we recognize them at the end of the year. That could be an option.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Because every month, obviously, doing it every month is great. But again, we have to think about the work we have to put through it and the time that we have to set aside. So I agree we should do it more towards the end of the year, maybe just one vice chair.
I have a question for Member Whitish. I like the idea. Just to clarify, would it be like throughout the year we send out the application to the council members, and then at the end of the year we choose from those people to be like the final award recipient, or is it like we just give it one time at the end of the year? Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
My suggestion would be we have like a month-long period towards the end of the year where we are accepting nominations. Then the meeting following that period, we select who we want to award, and then we, at the following meeting, then we give them the award. That would be my idea for that.
Madam Chair, if that's the direction you want to go, I think I can probably help you with some timeframes. That the award would have to be given in May. So then if you want to leave it 30 days, so you would have everything ready to send out to everybody by the 1st of April, give them 30 days to apply. They have to be in by May 1st, and you make a decision at your meeting in May, and you'll give out the awards then.
Sorry, I just want to interject in that because you have to remember the seniors, their last meeting is in April. So the first meeting in May, which is fine, but you're going to have new members that aren't going to.
Yeah, so back it up even a month.
Yeah.
Because
Correct.
normally awards are given in May, but that's what I was thinking, but that's also a very pertinent point.
Yeah.
So you want to give them out in April, so just back it up a month.
It's just a month, yeah.
Correct. As long as we do it in May, I'm sorry, as
So
long as we
March,
do it in April.
March would have the 30 days to apply, and then everything have to be ready by February, the middle of February, so you can get it out to everybody by the end of February, so they'll have it in their hands. March would be, everybody could apply, and you could give it out in April, which would be your last meeting for the seniors.
So November meeting, December meeting, you guys are talking about it, getting the application ready. January meeting, the application is done. You're getting it ready to the counselors, your school counselors by January, February. They're getting it out, then so on and so on. So
Yeah, that works
should
good.
work, yeah.
Yes. guys are great partners. Member Woodish? Or Member Roman? Member Roman, you go first, then Woodish, you follow up after her.
Just a quick question is like as to who we would send it to, like all of Lee County, or just the Cape Coral schools, or because I
I
understand.
would think your school would work too because you are on the council.
But then there's like, are we gonna include then the other private schools like Canterbury, SFCA, or are we gonna leave that to Fort Myers Junior Council or whatever they do? And then are we gonna include, like, is this including middle schools or just high schools?
Is Canterbury a part of our, could they be a part of our council? Yes.
One from Canterbury could be on an at-large seat.
Yes.
Can I make a suggestion, though?
We've had Canterbury,
chair.
yes.
Yeah. You simply say it's open to all Cape Coral students. It doesn't matter what school they go to.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yep.
Just, yeah,
So it's gonna be
So,
Cape Coral citizen. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Cape
on the application, is it gonna be specified that they must live in Cape Coral?
Yes.
Okay.
I forget that too. On our applications, it's supposed to say, not even just high school, like the Cape Coral high schools, it says Cape Coral resident. See that?
So just to kind of clarify the process so I can outline it on the potential application, the 1st of March is when the application goes out. The deadline is April 1st for us to receive the applications. And then is it at the April meeting that we decide who gets the award, or is that when we're presenting them the award?
Presenting them the award.
So then where are we deciding?
We'll have, remember, we can have meetings outside.
Okay.
So we could do it just sometime in between, right? Will that work? Okay. Vice Chair.
I don't think that we should decide on the award recipient outside of a meeting. Like, I think that we should have that vote during a meeting because I don't know, like, I mean, we make votes public. I just think it's more appropriate to have it if it's televised at that point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if we're going to vote on who wins, then we'll have to have them there and give them an award that meeting. We will have to do the vote the same day we give them an award, which is fine. That's fine. But that's what I'm saying. I think we should just do it outside of.
Public entity, and making a decision for this magnitude, I think should be done in the public. I think it's somewhat suspect when you go behind closed doors to make a selection.
No backdoor.
Yeah.
So move it.
I mean, you could,
Yes.
but remember, we talked about, we really wanted to try to keep everything in the sunshine, voting-wise.
So may I make a suggestion? I think you need to actually move it back another month.
That's
You
what-
need-
yeah.
Yeah, you need a month for applications, then the next month you make the decision, then the next month you give the award.
Okay.
Which is a long timeline.
Yeah. So award is given March.
April, at your April meeting.
Yeah, April is when you're giving the award.
Oh, okay. Well, because
Actually-
we said that earlier.
Right, yeah. At your March meeting, you will be,
Deciding.
Deciding.
Making
Okay.
decision.
Yeah. Okay.
Look,
That's.
Christian, this is his, see what he's backing into it.
Yeah, I think that works perfectly. So just so that everybody has it on their minds, February 1st is when the application is released. March 1st is the deadline. We decide at the March meeting, and award is given at the April meeting.
There you
Is
go.
everybody?
Here it is.
Okay.
I thought you guys were saying move the entire timeline back a month. That's why I said give the award March. I didn't realize you were saying
No.
yeah. That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got more?
Member Dupera?
I have a question. So for the application, we said we would be accepting both nominations and applications. So is the nomination just giving the application to a student and making the student fill it out, or would the person nominating be the one having to fill out the application for the person?
Member Woodish, may I answer that question?
I would say that students, I don't see why we can't do both options. Either students can fill it out on their own and ask for the award, or they can be nominated by a teacher or a guidance counselor.
Yeah, because if we're going off what we kind of do for council, they got nominated, but I got the application from my mom. So like you can get the, I think, yeah, we should just be able to give the application to anyone.
Sorry.
You're-
So with the nomination, who are we limiting it to? We're limiting it to school staff, so guidance counselors and teachers, or administrators as well?
That's what you need to work out in your actual process of how you want to do it.
Okay,
And you can present those kind of logistical issues
okay.
for everyone, just have one that you know that will work, and then present it, get everyone to sign off on it, and you'll be ready to go.
Because now we're getting into the really specific details, really. But we came up with a lot of like the major ones. Member Bella?
I just wanted to suggest one more thing while we're all here. So, remember which you kind of mentioned how before we did the 3 strands, which is what we would base it on. And since we're not doing it monthly anymore, and it's just one award at the end of the year, do we want to pick one winner from each strand that we create, or just have it be one sole winner?
My idea would that we don't just recognize one person at the end of the year, we recognize one person from whatever categories that I'm gonna end up proposing. So it could be anywhere from like 3 to 5 people that we recognize from the Cape.
Member Dupeyron?
The 3 categories were arts, leadership, and advocacy, right?
Yes, but I'm probably gonna change those.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about, because I feel like leadership and like advocacy can be very like closely related, so maybe adding another category that can be like more, well, yeah, rounded.
Okay. Any more questions from either me or Widish or advisors? Oh, Vice Chair?
Just really, really quick, the meeting that we're gonna have like at a library, that's when we're gonna work out all the logistics? Okay, cool.
Most likely next weekend. Yes, so we can get this going. Any more questions? This is our last discussion topic, so our last business item, guys. Okay, yes?
I'm sorry, somehow we missed the Veterans Day parade information.
Yes, we can go back.
Because I do need to, I need to know who would like to attend so that
Okay.
because there is a form that I need to fill out and let them know attendee-wise.
Perfect. Any more discussion about this business item? 10G. All right, seeing none, let's quickly go back to business item. I don't have it. Business item 10C, special events, continued discussion. Can I see a raise of hands of who is attending the Veterans Day Parade, which is going to be November 11th?
Raise your hand higher.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5. All right, I'm gonna, before this is our official account. The Veterans Day Parade, which we talked about last month, is just going in a truck, I believe. Or you know what, you do it. You, because you'd be better. I understand it, but I can't communicate it.
Okay, so obviously the Veterans Day parade. Okay, I'm loud enough, that's okay. The Veterans Day parade is, if you haven't attended it before, the route basically starts over where the old Perkins used to be by Cape Coral Parkway and Del Prado. And we basically go down Cape Coral Parkway and then back down Chester Street over there. The reason it's set up is at 9 is because they need to line everybody up. I mean, as you can imagine, it is quite an event for them to get everybody in there. We as youth council will be walking in the parade, but there will be a car in front of us that I will supply that will have obviously our signs and will hold the extra candy. The parade usually only takes, sorry, it starts at 11 and it's usually done by 1, okay? It is a huge, huge turnout, a lot of people, and this year I'm sure will be even larger because it's on a Saturday, which makes it very easy for
could maybe, like, we'll have like youth council signs, right? Like, that's what you're saying?
Well, we have, magnetic signs.
Mm-hmm.
And we also, we ordered, not only for the city council, but I ordered for the youth council, corrugated plastic signs. So we'll have plenty of signs that'll go on our.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we could personally just make our own signs and we can maybe hold them. And especially because I believe the week after that is our clothing drive event. So we could use that to advertise our event and make signs that say, hey, come to, the youth center, blah, blah, blah. I think we could do that. So I'm gonna write it down.
That's actually a great idea, if we make a flyer ahead of time and, you guys hand them out as part of, you can put ribbons around it with sucker or something. I mean, there's so many ideas that you guys can do, but once again, right, take advantage of this, you can actually put on there, another part of the flyer, put a couple flyers together, that you guys are fundraising for Blessings in a Backpack. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, and this is the way to get the word out.
Do you think it would take like a long time to be able to like print brochures or cards?
No, I mean, if you guys get them fast, I mean, I can say I work with a lot of printers within the city. We can get them easily done. If it's a volume that, our office can't handle, then obviously, right, I can certainly take it to a printer and get it done.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, can we have our communications directors but make flyers for our clothing drive event, just quickly explaining that we're having it at the William Austin Youth Center, we're giving away clothes we collected, and then also that we're looking for donations for Blessings in a Backpack. And then send it to Ms. Griglin ASAP. Yeah. They don't have to be too detailed, just like quick flyers, so it's easy to see. They get all the information, but not like paragraphs, Okay, so can I do the vote again? Sure. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about the Veterans Day Parade anymore before we vote? Okay. Can I see a show of hands of who is going to attend the Veterans Day Parade on November 11th? I was thinking that.
I'm possibly leading my school, so I'll be there, just not with the
Hey.
council.
Love that. Okay. Let's go to our next item, which is item 11, next meeting agenda topics. So let's do FLC Youth Council video, Blessings in a Backpack. Special events because it's still there. Junior project, Lovelock, senior, and reinstatement. I think it's just all redoing all of ours. Is there any more agenda topics you guys are thinking of? Okay, seeing none, can I have a motion to approve the next agenda topics? Member Woodage.
I motion to approve items 10A through G for next meeting.
Can I have a second? Member Negro?
I second that.
Member Widish made the motion. Member Negron made the second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Seeing none, motion carried. Okay, those are agenda topics. I will format them in the best way I can. Let's go to our next item, item 12, reports. Does anyone have any reports from our members? Member Muncy.
I'd just like to quickly report on our media coverage at the moment. So I've reached out to both Fox 4 and NBC2 for the local stations, and I got a response back from Fox 4 by Chris Earl. So he said that he was more than willing to hear our ideas and see what we have planned and he said necessarily we're not going to report on it, but they're more than willing to hear what we have to say. And I emailed Fox 4, and they never got back to me, and I sent a follow-up, and they never got back to me. But I just happened to be watching the 6 a.m. segment one morning, and they had reported on the clothing drive. Like, and they had a lot more detail than I had in my email, so I'm not sure, did they reach out to someone?
No,
Other than-
it's circulating. I mean, I don't know where it's, who's reporting on it, but it is circulating. I have old people bringing me bags and bags of stuff. I have 3 boxes of stuff already, so, and they're like, oh, I just heard about this on the news, or oh, I just heard about this on the radio. So someone's sharing it, someone's talking about it, and at least we're getting donations.
And that's Fox
so.
4?
Fox 4 is the one who reported
Thank
on
you,
it.
Fox 4.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm sorry. NBC2 reported on it, and Fox 4 said that they're willing to hear our
Oh,
ideas.
okay,
So
okay.
does anyone have any ideas that you'd like me to relay
Oh.
at the moment? Like any current projects we're working on?
Well, Blessings, we're looking for donations.
Okay.
Clothing drive, and we're collecting, if they can do it as quick as possible, collecting clothes for the clothing drive, but we're also doing the giveaway event.
Okay, so
And then we are doing our Adopt a Roads as well. We have, yeah, and we're looking for donations for Lovelocks. So, that's what I think. Anyone else have any ideas? Advocate for us.
So we have our clothing drive, Blessings in a Backpack, Adopt a Road, and Lovelocks.
Yes, and our meetings are the second Friday of each month. So we would like citizens' input.
Except for November.
Blessings, Adopt a Road meeting. What else was there? There's 3.
Blessings, Lovelocks, donations. Yes. Any more? Oh, Muncie, yes.
So even though I did not receive a response either time that I emailed NBC2, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused, NBC2, would you like me to continue to reach out to them to see if we can get more on there?
Or you can go to any news either. I watch Wink News, so.
I was thinking about that too. I was gathering a couple
They're
more
really,
stations.
they do a lot of city council coverage.
Somehow ABC 7 saw something that we were doing, and no one reached out to them, so maybe ABC 7.
They still owned by the same people,
I think so,
2 and 7?
yeah.
Yes, one of them.
All right.
Well, one is sold. No, just.
Any
not that.
more report on that, Muncie? Okay. Any more reports? Communications directors, do you guys have anything to report? All right. Nope. You can say it.
It is about our communications director. So I was going through, this is just a suggestion on like their placement in the meeting. I was going through the video because I did not catch where you guys made your report, and it's because I can't hear you guys because you guys don't have a mic. So I was wondering, there's,
Yeah, I mean, we can give them that mic that's.
okay. Just in future meetings, when they speak, if you guys could either go up to the mic or perfect, if they could have the mic there so that you guys speak into the mic. So if I miss anything that you say, I can look back at the video and hear you guys, because I'm going like this to my computer trying to hear you guys. It was really hard. So, all right, well, perfect. Problem solved. There we go.
Can you guys test it?
Hello?
Yes. So, okay. Any more reports or discussion? I have nothing to report. So let's go on to our next item, item 13, reports of our council liaison and advisors. Do you guys have any report? I have no.
Madam Chair, since I was not here to give the update, upcoming council report, things are happening in city council meetings. If you see it on the news, the old people are getting rowdy.
They are. In their Hawaiian shirts.
And and they had to be escorted out of the chambers. But seriously, that being aside, that's not the good thing we want to see. But a lot of participation, a lot of major things coming up. The yacht club's still undecided. J.C. Park's moving forward. Pine Island Road Corridor, which is a huge issue for you folks, because that's going to be the center of your city. 30 years from now, when you're back and hopefully back and successful professionals, that's going to be the center of your city. And they're making decisions now as to what and how that's going to look. Big decisions that carry legal issues on both sides, whether you're for or against or what you think the issue is or isn't. It's something you should pay attention to because it's really going to impact your future. Because they're making that decision now. I mean, they've had multiple committee of the whole discussions on it. It's on the agenda, on a consent agenda this next meeting for them to confirm what the consensus was at the last committee of the whole. So you need to pay attention to it. It really impacts your future. That's it, Madam Chair.
Vice Chair?
What was the area again? That you, Pine Island Road, okay. Thank you.
Any more questions for Mr. Mezerowitz? All right. Do you have any?
So I did get a few people that said that they are going to volunteer to help you guys sort through all those plugs, so that's good. There were several older ladies that said, oh, we love to volunteer, let's do it, and they brought with the plugs. So there's that. It went out into all the numbers, so that's okay. And there's something else that I was going to say. Because you guys like making this weekend thing a very long meeting that you're gonna have, I can look at the calendar and see if we have anything on Sunday for the real, so you guys can just have the whole main room to do whatever you need to do, decorate, use the decorating stuff, and put together whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, next Sunday. I don't think we have anything after 1 o'clock. Not mistaken.
All right. I'll text the group chat with your info. Ms. Kirkland?
Sure. The only thing I want to report on and obviously remind you guys, you guys have, constantly talking about the videos, which I think is great. Just a reminder, we still do have a GoFundMe page set up. So
We do.
when you guys are making videos, this would be another great opportunity to put out there what you guys are fundraising for and what you guys are in need of. You'd be surprised, little videos, and obviously not the long ones, but the little videos are great impact. They're easy to post and, just an idea, suggestion, you guys are doing videos, which is great, dandy. So let's, use it to our advantage, that we do still have that GoFundMe page set. Don't we have a TikTok?
We do. We've been using it.
So
Yeah.
do a TikTok on
Queens.
for,
Give me
you
fun.
say sweet meat honey for blah, 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 blah. There you go, there you go. You never been on
We do need a lot of money for blah, 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 like a lot of different things. Yes, GoFundMe, yes. You hear that, guys? GoFundMe. Okay. Anything else, Ms. Grigg? That's a good one. Anything else? No? Any questions for our advisors? Okay. Seeing none, let's go to our next item, item 14, time and place of future meetings. The next regular meeting of the Cape Coral Youth Council is scheduled for Friday, November 3rd, 2023, at 3 p.m. in council chambers. The meeting is now adjourned. Whew, that was a good one.